What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Prop Firm Match, your trusted resource for all things prop firms related. Today we're joined by another YouTuber and trader by the name of Markus Adrian. Markus, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So for those who don't know you, can you just share a little bit about your background, how you got started into trading or trading with prop firms altogether?
Yeah, so I first started with crypto actually, and then progressively I got into Forex and indices, and I found out about prop firms about 2 years ago. And since then, it's been a game changer. I completely hooked into it, started making videos about it, shared the awesome opportunity and also some of the scams, exposing some of the scams. So yeah.
And so what made you start trading with prop firms initially? Like, when did you start trading them, and what initially drew you to start trading with prop firms?
I guess like the huge amounts of capital that I thought like first was too good to be true. Like you can trade with like these huge amounts for such a small little fee. But yeah, obviously I thought like, okay, 10% is not that much. I can make that easily. But obviously then you learn like, okay, you got the drawdown. There's the whole, it actually like made me a better trader for sure as well from it. But I guess the initial hook was like just huge amounts of capital. You don't have to risk a lot of your own money. And that's what really got me excited about it.
That's dope. So what was your experience like when you first started trading with prop firms versus what it's like now?
I was a completely different trader. I was only used to obviously trading personal money. So trading with prop firms is a lot different. You got like rules in place, and back then the time limit and all that. So it made me, I guess, like more refine my strategy and calculate risk a lot more. And how I thought about it in the beginning was just like a quick, easy solution. But I think I found over time, after failing a couple of challenges and stuff, that it's not that easy and quick, but you can do it properly. Yeah, so at first I thought that it was a lot more easier, like 10%. I thought like, okay, that's nothing, I make that in one trade. But obviously when you got the risk parameters in place and all that, you do figure out that it's the way to trade like a professional trader. So it's really it's really good.
And that's interesting, like that you say that, like, you were like, okay, well, obviously I can make 10% in like one trade, but then when you introduce the different risk parameters, it kind of offsets your advantage there. So why don't you talk a little bit about some of the challenges you faced when you first started trading and how you eventually overcame them?
So first, I think I risked a little bit too much. I wasn't really thinking that much about like risking 1% was something that I didn't know about actually. Until I got into prop firms, because if you're risking like 1% on like a $1,000 account, you're not gonna, that's obviously like very little. I guess through the whole prop firm thing, I guess I became a better trader as well, doing more risk management and that type of stuff. So I think how I overcame it was just by doing the challenges, and you learn from your mistakes over over the course of doing the challenges, and you learn like where you went wrong, what you can do better. So what I would like advise right now is to take things really slowly, and you have all the time now that you need. You can do it, take as long as you want with most of these prop firms now. So back then it was like a little bit more difficult. We had time limit. We also had more rules back then actually. With some prop firms there were some heavy rules actually. So it's actually become a lot more easier, as well as like on some prop firms the profit targets are now less as well. But what really changed it for me, I guess, was knowing how much to risk per trade, and to put, I think it really helped me to put stop loss, like very, very tight stop loss.
Gotcha. Wow, that's interesting. So which prop firms are you trading with right now? And why did you decide to go with those specific prop firms?
5%ers, FTMO, E8, and now I'm doing like Breakout Prop as well, which is a crypto prop firm. Actually, it's been like a really good experience with them as well. I really like 5%ers a lot because the commissions per lot are very small. Slippage is very minimal. There's no slippage. It's like really, really good trading conditions. A lot of other prop firms have now fallen off. We just had like recently Funded Engineer, Smart Prop Trader got delisted as well from Prop Firm Match. So there's countless others that have not been paying out and all that stuff. So right now I'm keeping it pretty small, but I'm sticking to the ones that are paying out and have a good reputation. But yeah, I'm looking to expand. I'm actually going to do instant funding as well, 100K challenge.
Nice.
Probably like next week. So that's another good one. And I guess
Awesome.
like, yeah, right now I'm like really looking, because nowadays you got to be a little bit careful. So you got to do really your research. But I guess Prop for Match like really makes it easy, because you can look at other people's experiences. You can look at payout proofs now, payout times, even if there's delays in the payout, as well as the rule changes now. That's like a new feature. So I'm actually looking at those as well, because they keep changing as well. The payout times.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, the payout times keep changing, because I don't want to, for example, wait like 30 days for a payout, for the first payout, for example, because for me, like, it's too long. It seems like an eternity. But yeah, maybe if I get like maximum funding with all like the prop firms that I want to do, maybe I'll look into some smaller ones as well. But
nice.
Yeah.
And so with the prop firms that you just listed off there and how your experience has been, which one, if you had to choose right now, unless you can't choose, but which of them is your favorite right now?
5%ers for sure.
Nice.
I mean, just like super quick payouts. Like I said, for the currencies and stuff that I trade, it's really, really good trading conditions. And yeah, I really appreciate the trading conditions, because it really makes a difference when there's like no slippage and stuff. Because for my strategy, like, I like to be really sharp with my entries.
Yeah.
So if it's like off, or if there's like a lot of fees that come off, it's really not good for my strategy.
Gotcha.
So that's why, I really look at the trading conditions nowadays.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so since you've been trading with prop firms, it seems like you have quite a bit of experience with prop firms in general. What do you like most about trading with prop firms?
I guess the fact that you can make such a small like amount of money compared to what you can make. So the risk to reward is massive if you can pass the prop firm challenge. And what I like as well is that you can kind of like, you have less stress about it, because it's not your own personal money in a way. So you have a little bit of detachment from it, from the financial side, and yeah, it's just like a really cool experience to be trading 100 or 200k account.
Yeah.
If you don't have the capital yourself, it's a really cool experience to be playing around with that kind of money.
Capital,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. What would you say has been the most rewarding aspect of trading with prop firms?
Obviously getting a payout, but
yeah, everyone says that.
That's been the most rewarding. I guess also passing a challenge, to get a certificate. I think I got like 8 different I was just like looking at it, because I was thinking like maybe putting them on a wall or something. But yeah, like some of these have now gotten a bad reputation as well.
Yeah,
so,
unfortunately.
It's gone anyway. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it is cool. It is cool, because then you can show like people that you know what you're doing. You can pass a prop firm challenge, because it's not easy. Like, I think a huge percentage still fail. So
Yeah.
it is an achievement, and it does feel great to get funded for sure. It's like a little certificate of your achievement.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So since you've been trading with prop firms, do you find the evaluation process to be fair?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got you.
Yeah, I think nowadays, especially like with no time limit, you can take as long as you want for it to pass it. And there is these risk rules. Some people don't like daily drawdown, but it has to be there, because otherwise you could just be YOLOing it, putting the whole money in one trade and just passing it. And that way it's not sustainable. So I think like the original ones like FTMO and 5%ers have really mastered what works. And if you try to make it too simple, you see these prop firms failing now that maybe have too small profit targets and like maybe 12% drawdown or something. Those tend to fail. And even the HFT prop firms, when you make it too easy to pass, then you see a lot of payout problems. So I think it has to be the ones that have done it longer, they know how to do it and how to make it sustainable. And I think it shouldn't really be changed.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So on that note, have you ever had to adjust your strategy just to pass a challenge, or you've just like the way you trade has just always worked out in these environments?
I think when I first got into prop firms, I was doing more like these challenges. You can find them even on YouTube. I was trying to pass them like in one day and stuff. But nowadays I go a lot slower than that.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like a challenge within the challenge to do it like as quickly as possible. But obviously, you tend to fail as well when you try to go that quick, because then the market has to be perfect exactly for your strategy on that particular day. But yeah, I like to experiment with that still, like on a personal account, on how much I could possibly
really like push it.
Yeah, because sometimes I just get correct like all day long. So yeah, but obviously like for me, it's now it's like, okay, you don't have to do it in one one day. You can take as long as you want. There's no time limit.
Which is very helpful for sure.
Very helpful.
Awesome. So have you used any services like PropFirmMatch to find any suitable prop firms? And if you have, which ones have you found through PropFirmMatch?
Yeah, so I actually found the breakout prop firm through PropTalk.
Nice.
And I started like to look at it more, and it was very interesting because you could trade so many. There's not really a crypto prop firm with all the things that they provide. And I did look at like some smaller ones. I kind of knew about Apex, but then I saw like the massive discounts on PropTalk for Apex, which is the futures prop firm, I guess you could say. And I did buy that one, and it was quite interesting as well to try that out for a very small price. I think it was like $16 or something. So I like the fact that you can also like find the latest discounts, so you can get the cheapest, because usually the promotions on PropTalk are like the most best discounts. I mean,
yeah, awesome. And how useful has a service like PropFirmMatch been in helping you find prop firms that meet your trading needs and things like that?
Yeah, it's very, very useful. Actually, like for a while, I really liked the alternative for MetaTrader, TradeLocker, and it was really easy to find which prop firms provide, for example, that trading platform, and also like just looking at the different account size, which I would like, for example, and just checking which one is the cheapest or which one has the best drawdown ratios and stuff.
Or conditions and things like that. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so it's been very helpful. It's actually been really helpful with my videos as well. Yeah,
that's amazing to hear. How do you see, like, what are your plans in the future for trading with prop firms, and how do you see your relationships with prop firms in the future, like altogether? Do you see them changing, or you think things will be pretty smooth?
I think like the top ones will stick, and I'm like planning that they're gonna stick, but obviously I'm also like building up a little like reserve capital, and I'm doing a little bit of personal trading. But I think you can really bet on the ones that are top rated right now on PropTalk, and obviously the ones that have been in the industry for the longest. So I don't think they're gonna change, particularly those ones like FTMO, Fibers, and E8 as well. And it kind of like slipped always. I know that they have been like around for a long time, but that one seems like through PropTalk I actually found out how reputable they were and how good they were, so kind of reminded me as well. But I think those particular prop firms will stick around for the long term.
For a while.
And
Nice. And considering all the prop firms that you're trading with right now, how do you actually stay up to date with all the latest offerings and changes that go on with these prop firms or the prop firm space in general?
Yeah, now it's like really easy with the rules. I mean, it's crazy because I've been following that list, and there's like new ones almost every day. The list is so huge. They're changing all the time. And I mean, and it's really good to know, like, because I didn't know, for example, about Smart Prop Trader, that they got delisted or that they had any issues. So that was really good to figure out, because on Trustpilot, and you know, it's kind of like a sad story because that was one of the first prop firms that I got funded with, and I actually really liked them. So it's kind of sad to see as well. But it is what it is. But yeah, like I nowadays I don't have to go on Twitter to find out what's going on, like what's changing, what's the problems. I can just go on PropTalk and figure it out. Like I can see, it's really nice to see all the updates. And stay up to date like that. Amazing.
So what advice would you give to new traders who are looking to trade with prop firms for the first time?
Yeah, I think a good way to go about it is to go on PropTalk and select the account size that you want, and just see what you're trading. For example, whatever you're trading, commodities or crypto or indices or whatever. And just go and look through and look at also the payout proofs, and then also look at the reviews that have been posted on PropTalk and Trustpilot as well. But Trustpilot sometimes, sadly, does have fake reviews as well. Nowadays, they don't seem to filter out that well. So it's best to go on PropTalk and check out like what people have actually been saying on there. And like check, maybe you can get a nice like discount as well on PropTalk. So you can maybe get a good deal on a Prop Challenge.
My last and final question for you is, do you have any advice in general overall for trading, or for new traders or anybody who's trading at all? What's your general advice for when it comes to trading, whether you're new, experienced, intermediate? What advice would you give traders who are watching this?
I think it's a marathon, not a sprint. So what I made a mistake on in the beginning was not to trade on a demo and just go straight into it. And I kept on doing that. So I lost, like, obviously in the beginning you tend to lose. So take it slowly, start to learn something, start to learn a strategy that works and test it on a demo first, and just go super slowly. Don't quit your job yet. And just start off with a smaller challenge in the beginning, you know, just take it slowly. It's going to be a little bit difficult in the beginning to even handle that amount of money maybe. So if you go for 100K, it could be very stressful and stuff. So don't put yourself in a bad situation where you're, you know, putting all your eggs in one basket and thinking that you're going to pass on the first try. Because I think first, you won't probably pass the first challenge that you do. You probably won't pass the first challenge that you do. So yeah, go slowly. That would be my advice.
Excellent. Markus, where can the people find you if they need to reach you?
Yeah, so it's at Markus Adrian on YouTube. Yeah, basically you will find all the links there as well.
Perfect.
For the other social media.
Perfect. Markus, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your experience and your time. And we wish you a happy day.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.